TIFU by punching my wife in the mouth. I recently started Chantix to help quit smoking, and one of the side effects is extremely vivid dreams. In my dream, my wife and I were taking a walk when we passed a guy who was cleaning his yard. He moved suddenly and nudged my wife with his trash bag. I said, "Hey, watch it." He muttered an apology but immediately did it again. I said, "Buddy, if you don't knock it off, I'm going to have to knock you out." He said, "I don't believe you will," and then 5 or 6 of his friends came out of nowhere. "Get her," he yelled, and so I reacted as any protective husband would. I punched and missed a couple of times, so, on the third attack, I really leaned into it to make sure I made contact, and I did. The next I know, my wife wakes me up yelling, "You hit me in the effing mouth." It must not have been too hard, because she went back to sleep after I apologized. TLDR, new medication gives me vivid dreams and I threw a punch in my sleep hitting my wife. I've used Chantix before and you ain't kidding. Them Chantix dreams hit different, and usually for the worse. Like when you wake up and your dream was so fucked up it fucks up the rest of your day kinda shit. Hope you kick the cigs though, keep it up. A guy I worked with had an extremely vivid Chantix dream where he murdered his wife. He woke up in the morning and got ready to go either turn himself in or end himself. Luckily she was making breakfast when he came out of the bedroom. He flushed the rest of the pills. I got in a fight in a dream and was biting the guy to get loose. Woke up chewing my then GF chin. 18 years later and that woman has married and stuck with me despite it. She still won't sleep face to face to me. From personal experience that medication is highly dangerous. My father started having similar dreams and even hallucinations 6 weeks before he took his own life. Please speak to your doctor, if you haven't already. I wish we would have been more aware of the side effects. TIFU by accidentally outing myself at a party. Obligatory, this didn't happen today but a few years ago when I was at university. When I started university I did what a majority of all single students do when they arrive at halls and download Tinder. For a couple of years before moving out I thought that I might be bisexual, but living at home meant I was unable to explore this side of myself, so just kept it on the back burner. Once I had my own room and freedom at university I started to match with both girls and guys and explore my sexuality. At this point I had not come out to any of my flatmates. Despite being close with them, it was still something I was exploring on my own before deciding to tell everyone. Now onto the FU. One evening a few months in, my flatmates and some extended friends were having a flat party, and as the night went on and we got progressively more drunk, we decided that because a majority of us were single it would be funny to swap phones and swipe on each other's Tinder accounts. No problem, I thought, and I just turned my account preferences to only women and passed my phone to my flatmate Will. What I had completely forgotten was that all my matches were still there, including a lot of men I had matched with when I was bored the night before. After a few minutes I suddenly hear Will loudly say, "Wow, this guy is ripped." It felt like a record scratch moment and everyone looked over in our direction. What had happened was Will had matched with a girl, gone onto my matches to message her and seen the guys on my profile, clicked on one, which then led to his outburst. Will quickly realized in his drunken state what he had done, but before he could speak I jumped in and just said to everyone, "Oh yeah, I'm bisexual." Everyone was extremely chill about it and no one really cared one way or the other. Some people came to talk to me about it and it was actually nice to discuss something with people I had previously been keeping to myself. After the game, Will came over to me and profusely apologized, saying he was drunk and didn't realize what he was doing. I told him not to worry and it was in fact a weight off my shoulders. I didn't have to sneak around to meet guys and could be upfront and honest with my friends. TLDR. By letting my friend use my Tinder account in a drunken game, forgetting I had matched with men, leading to him accidentally outing me in front of everyone. When I saw the title I thought this was going to go downhill. But that had such a wholesome ending. Props to Will and the rest of the gang. They sound like good people. I love that the guy wasn't even shocked that you were messaging a guy, he was just shocked at how fucking thick the guy was, lol. As a friend to several people that have come out, I want to let you know, if they're close with you, they might have known and not know it was a big deal. I've got a friend for 9 years that came out to me and my wife a few weeks ago, and my unfiltered reaction was, "Wait, that wasn't common knowledge? I didn't realize you were hiding it." TIFU by telling my friend my brother cheated. Me, F18, and my friend, F20, have been friends for 3 years. She knows pretty much my whole family and I know hers. She knows my twin, M18, is a whore and he loves to sleep around. I'm not cool with it, but it's nothing I can do. She told me she liked him and wanted me to talk to him for her, and I advised her not to because it wasn't a good idea, but she told me she knew what she was doing, so I talked to him for her. My brother liked her too, I guess, so they got together, literally simple as that. They've been together for a couple months now and it was cool for the most part. Then my brother did what he does best and cheated. He told me about it and I thought about it for a while, but I ended up telling her because I would want her to tell me. She came over then, she asked him about it and he denied it, but she told him that I told her. He was caught then, so he admitted it and she started getting in his face and trying to hit him. Mind you, this is going on in front of my younger siblings and my mom. My mom was like, calm down, and when they weren't she kinda gave me this look, like break this shit up lol, and I went over there to grab her and she started fighting me. I defended myself of course, but I never expected that to ever happen, like WTF. My mama and brother broke it up and I just was mad AF because why are you fighting me? I tried to help you. My brother started yelling at me because I was snitching and she was mad because I was starting stuff. What the absolute fuck? They left together and I'm just sitting on the couch like no way. I decided to help my friend and she turns around and fights me. Weird. TL. Doctor tried to help my friend by telling her my twin cheated, but she turned it on me and fought me. This isn't a case of you fucking up. You were honest and doing the right thing. She's gonna go one of two ways: keep being pissy and that's not a you problem, or she'll calm down and realize you were doing her a favor. Your friend is an idiot. Not only the friend but the brother also. She's in shock by something she wasn't expecting and her emotions got the best of her. Absolutely no excuse for anyone to be physically fighting. You definitely did the right thing, but that doesn't mean you'll get the right response. Never help someone keep a secret, especially when cheating. TIFU by putting the music too loud while my boyfriend and I were having sex. Obligatory didn't happen today, happened a few days ago. My boyfriend, 29M, and I, 21F, have been going out for a little bit. We enjoy each other's company, and have been having a great time together for the past couple of dates. I've been to his place before and met a few roommates, not all of them, so I'm familiar with the other guys in the house and I'm not some mysterious girl to them, which is great in my eyes. Thursday night happened and we went on a date, and afterwards went back to his place, where his brother had been visiting. We met briefly, and my boyfriend had raved about me apparently to his siblings, so he had many questions. It was short though, as my boyfriend took my hand after a few questions and announced that we were both tired and needed to head to bed. We went upstairs, and proceeded to get changed, turning on the speaker in the process and putting the music on. Don't worry, no connected neighbors, and the roommates stay up all night long. We proceeded to have sex. The first round was good, and we recovered, then went at it again. Now, partway through this sex experience, I decided to turn up the music because we were getting a bit loud. Little did I know, this was going to be the downfall of the night. As we continued having sex, everything was going well, until suddenly the door swung open and my boyfriend's roommate and brother were there. When they had caught wind of what we were doing, they immediately closed the door, and we stopped playing the music. My boyfriend's roommate said that they were knocking for 10 minutes because his brother was leaving for the night and wanted to say goodbye to the both of us. Now my boyfriend's roommate and brother have seen me stark naked in a heavily questionable position, all because I put the music way too loud. TLDR, turned up the music to drown out any sex noises and ended up getting walked in on by my boyfriend's brother and roommate. You need a sign for the door. If this room's rockin', don't come knockin'. Everyone knows what music in the bedroom means. This is kinda fucked up. What's questionable about the position? Everybody's sex is probably doing the butter churner position facing the door. TIFU by being a cat burglar. Obligatory, this didn't happen today, this happened many years ago, but I thought I'd finally share the tale. Many years ago, my in-laws were contacted by a family friend who was away on holiday, and whose house sitter had decided to fly the coop. Ordinarily this wouldn't be such a big deal apart from the fact that the cat the house sitter was meant to be looking after was nowhere to be found. The family friend asked for our family's help in tracking down said feline. For the purposes of this story we will call the cat Borchus, names have been changed for privacy reasons. The friend's house wasn't too far from my work, so I volunteered to pop in there before work, at lunch and also after work to call Borchus' name and try to get him to magically appear. For an entire week I annoyed the neighbors by several times a day shouting Borchus, Borchus, repeatedly, and shaking bowls of cat food/treats. I also filled up the food bowl and replaced the water just in case Borchus came back when I wasn't there. I love cats, but unfortunately am quite allergic, so even touching these things set off my allergies, but it had to be done. I was determined to find little Borchus. After a week I was beginning to lose hope. I went to the house after work and did my usual shaking the food and yelling the name routine. I then came out to my car and saw a cat sitting under my car on the driveway. This cat matched the description of Borchus. Hallelujah. I crouched down and approached Borchus gingerly, careful not to scare him away. Hi Borchus, I won't hurt you. Come here kitty kitty. Borchus came straight up to me and rubbed against my outstretched hand, purring. I'm so glad we found you Borchus, little buddy. I picked Borchus up, who started protesting, and put him in the cat cage that my in-laws had lent me on my passenger seat. I buckled up and said, it's all right Borchus, I'm going to take you to the cattery until your owners come home. They'll take good care of you. The entire drive to the cattery Borchus was less than relaxing to say the least, with Borchus carrying on like a pork chop in the cage and me sneezing constantly due to cat allergies while trying to keep my eyes on the road. I got to the cattery and dropped off Borchus in the cage, explained the story to the bemused lady working there and said goodbye to Borchus, who surprisingly didn't seem thrilled to be there. I told my in-laws, who let the family friend know, who was most relieved. That was until a couple of days later I catch up with my in-laws, who couldn't wait to tell me that it wasn't Borchus that I had found, but Beryl, name also changed, from next door, the incredibly friendly Borchus lookalike. Luckily Beryl's owners found the whole thing amusing when they had to bust Beryl out of kitty jail, and the cattery didn't charge them either for Beryl's accidental stay. I was mortified that I'd just apprehended and restrained their lovely cat, who was just enjoying a lie down on a driveway. I'm pleased to report that Borchus eventually came home of his own accord, and I am not doing any more cat rescues. TLDR tried to be helpful and find family friend's cat. Ended up stealing the neighbor's lookalike cat and impounding it in the cattery by mistake.